I follow county alerts on Facebook like some others do. I like to try to keep up with what's going on, especially if it's local news. Manchester Fire received reports of a camper on fire near a home at 1670 Brown Avenue on Thursday, just before 8 p.m. Manchester Fire Engine 9, located less than a mile from the scene, was at the scene within 2 minutes and reported a camper heavily engulfed in fire and 2 people reported to be trapped inside. Firefighters stretched hose lines, knocked down the fire, and used power tools to enter the trailer. Luckily, the fire didn't seem to spread to any of the surrounding or adjacent houses, but there seemed to be no real chance of escape. It seemed like there might have been a propane explosion. Because it's local, I know exactly how cold it's been. We've hit negative degrees several times this winter. There's been a lot of talks of people dealing with frozen pipes and just the cold in general. Like, my heart has been so heavy for the homeless in Boston because it has just been absolutely brutal. So people are really doing everything they can to stay warm. I know that I had to personally go out and get a couple space heaters that ran on propane tanks. The New Hampshire State Fire Marshal Office was asked to respond to the scene due to a reported fatality. 2 people perished in this fire, according to the New Hampshire Fire Marshal Sean Toomey and MFD Chief Ryan Cashin. A 3rd person was injured and sustained burns to his hand while attempting to extinguish the fire, but he was later brought to the hospital by a family member. A witness who was across the street, most likely a neighbor, possibly, told Manchester Information that he heard a propane tank explosion and then a heavy fire. The intense fire prevented anyone from getting near the trailer to make any rescues. So the trailer was next to the house, and my first thought is like, okay, why are people out in the trailer and not inside the house? Well, honestly, there's a few reasons you could be in a trailer at 8 p.m., but like, my first thought was that maybe someone was renting this space, and just because it was so cold, just somewhere to get out of the cold, because them not being in the house just makes me believe that, they weren't maybe necessarily the homeowners. I don't know for sure. This is just what my first thought was. And then the 3rd person who got injured trying to extinguish the fire possibly was the homeowner, or was just a neighbor who witnessed heard an explosion and witnessed the fire. Because you think of a gas explosion, like, it doesn't take a couple minutes to catch the curtain and then catch on to something else and then engulf within a few minutes. An explosion is going to just erupt. All I can say is that hopefully the people that perished, the explosion was intense enough that they didn't feel anything. Saying hopefully and like saying that at the same time, I just hope that it wasn't painful. So we have about 6 weeks left of winter, but luckily it's warming up a little bit, so hopefully we can kind of put the propane tanks away and we can start getting some warmer weather soon. Let me know what you guys think of this story down below, and I will see you in my next one.